Hey guys, it's Nancy, the Handy Scandy. Thanks for joining me for another in my Fall Ventures card series for 2020. We'll be making this sweet little fall scene card today, and I just had so much fun. I have fun with almost all of them, to be honest. I really do, but this is just cute. I don't feel like I make a whole lot of scene cards, and I don't feel like they're my strength, but I do enjoy making them. So sadly, the footage gremlins got a hold of my ink blending footage, but at least we get to see the completed background. So I just used my Nina Solar White Classic Crest 110 pound. I got it all out this time. I used that paper and I just ink blended some of my Pink Fresh Studio inks. I have the Sweet Mustard, Clementine, and Aquamarine to get that sky, and then of course I used my Cloud Edger stencil from Colorful Life Designs to get the clouds back there, and then that circle mask is from ACLD as well. And I just took some residual ink from the Sweet Mustard as well as from Black Soot just to give the moon that depth and dimension and the layers that the moon has, right? Yeah, so you don't have to be real specific. You don't have to be real literal to make your moon look like a moon. And then I just added a little bit of extra cloud over the moon just to make it look like it's behind some clouds. So there's that background, and I think it's beautiful. I don't know why I don't stop. But I always say I'm going to stop and I'm going to go back and do another one, and I don't just leave it at the background. So y'all let me know, do you think I should make just a background card or should I just make a scene out of it, which is what I tend to do. So here my scene is coming together. I had colored up a bunch of different images at a convention several weeks ago, and I just poured them out on my desk and started pulling them out to see exactly what I wanted this scene to be, and here it's coming together. So I will have all the products listed and linked below per usual, but I can tell you that the bulk of the images on this card are from the Moose and Friends stamp set from Hello Bluebird. And they're just adorable. You know what? They're just adorable. And that pile of leaves that I just put down, if you can believe it, it's supposed to be a snow-covered tree from the Not Too Shabby set called Magical Winter. Yeah, that's a tree. And in my mind, I just saw it as a big old pile of leaves for my critters to be playing in. So I colored it up as such. I fussy cut it out, and then I laid it on its side, and I will put the little beaver in there, and I'll add some leaves to the pile later. So, and look at that cute little raccoon. He is actually from the Waffle Flower set called Big Bear and Bird Books and Coffee. It's the Big Bear and Bird series, and it's books and coffee. And I just love it that he's kind of breaking that theatrical fourth wall, if you will. If you're not familiar with that term, when you think of like a stage or a movie set, there are essentially three walls to the stage, and then the fourth invisible wall would be the one between the actors and the audience. And that raccoon, he's looking straight at you, so he's breaking that fourth wall so that he can interact with you, the viewer, and I think that's adorable. Everybody else is interacting with each other, they're looking at each other, they're doing their own thing, but that raccoon, he's like, he's got insight, he's got knowledge, he knows. He knows there's more. I don't know what's wrong with me. When I do these scene cards, I just create this whole story and this whole kind of world in my head. I don't know, sorry. Okay, so back to the card. I put the little bunny down, and I do have different pieces lifted up on the foam tape, and others are just glued down. That just adds dimension and interest, and a little bit of character to the card, to the scene. And so I just felt like the bunny was down too low to be talking to Mr. Moose, so I lifted him up on a stump. And both of those stumps, the one that the raccoon is on and the one that the bunny is on, they're from different stamp sets. And if I'm not mistaken, one is from Magical Winter and the other is from Moose and Friends. So yeah, the trees in the background, I forgot to mention this, that the trees in the background, Those were just scraps left over from other projects, and they were cut out with a die from Gina Murray Designs. And you can see there's still bits and pieces on the table there. And there's also some that were cut out from MFT Dynamics. It is called, what is it called? Solid Birch Trees. And in a minute I'll be putting down all of the different individual leaves that I had mentioned. I'll be putting on that leaf pile and throughout the scene, and those are from that MFT die set as well. They're just little individual leaves. So I had those leftover bits of grass in my stash that I was trying to figure out if I could use them to add to the scene, and they ultimately as a whole didn't work. So you can see though that off screen I did add that fence, and the reason I didn't include that footage was because, you know, I already had so much glued down and it was a bit of a bear to get that fence in there. But I got it in, and overall in the scene it looks great, but the process, it just added too much time to this that wasn't necessarily helpful. So yeah, but anyway, the die cut for the fence is from Lawn Fawn, and I don't see the name of it. I have an item number, but I don't see the name. Spooky Fence Border. There we go. And then the hello that I have stamped there on the moon, that is from a Gerda Steiner little mini stamp set called, I have this in the wrong package too. I guess I need to be more careful when I put my stuff away. It is, you know how Gerda Steiner has her little, I don't know if they're porcupines, if they're hedgehogs. I'm going to call them hedgies because I really like hedgies. I think this is a hedgie. And there's a little guy holding a sign, and you can put hello, thank you for you on that sign. This hello is from that set. And then that friend die is a Heffy Doodle, and I'm layering it up just on some cardstock. I left it in the paper like that to layer them up, because if you're one that enjoys the dimension that you get from layering your word dies, you know that it can be a bit of a bear to get them layered up properly. So I left it right there in the paper so that it maintained its shape. And yeah, that's what I did. So I have orange on the bottom, green in the middle, and orange on the top. So it's a really subtle interest, I guess you would say, that it adds. So if you look at it from the side, you see that green layer and the word friend. You know, some people will never see it. Some people will be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that. So, but anyway, it wasn't necessarily planned out, but it was purposeful when I went to layering them together. So, and here I am, I'm taking the little leaves from the MFT die set, and I didn't do any ink blending on them. I didn't cut them out from any specialty cardstock, nothing like that, just fall colors, and I'm just layering them up. And I think it's coming together quite nicely. I did feel like that sky was a little too static, so the Pink Fresh Studio inks are water reactive, and so I just added a little bit of dots, a little bit of sprinkle with the water, just to give some more interest to that background. And that's just about it. I layer it up. I have a scalloped background die that it just cut out wonky, and the right end of it, the scallops are not right. So you can see that I have it butted up all the way to the right there, and I just layer the whole card up like that, and it's a little offset, but it's not off-putting. I think it looks really cute. It adds a little more visual interest. I mean, I know it's a busy scene anyway, so did it need more visual interest? I don't know, but there it is. So, oh, and you can see the little hedgehog stamp sit up there at the top too. Isn't he a cutie? Cutie patootie. So there I was just trimming off the excess and moving things out of the way, doing a little bit of cleanup, and there's my card. I think the fence and the little bit of blades of grass on either side and kind of poking up there, I think those just add to the scene, but they aren't overwhelming like if I had used the whole strip of grass. But guys, let me know what you think. Always leave me a comment downstairs. You know that's my favorite thing, is connecting with y'all. If you like the video, of course, I invite you to hit that like button. I always invite you to subscribe. I'd love to see you back here again. And this is Nancy, the Handy Scandy. I'll be back shortly with another crafty venture. Thanks, guys. Bye.